What if I told you the moon is no longer just a destination? It's the next battlefield. For the first time in 50 years, humans are going back to the moon. But this time, America is not alone. The US is racing back to the moon, but China might get there first. So what's really going on? The new space race has officially begun. After more than 50 years, the United States is sending humans back toward the moon with Artemis II. But this is not just about exploration anymore. This time, there is competition. China is moving fast, really fast. They have already landed on the far side of the moon, something no one else has done. And now they are planning to send humans there and even build a permanent moon base. So the big question is this a new space race between the US and China? And could these two superpowers ever work together in space? Let's break it down. Why Artemis II is a big deal? Artemis II is not just another space mission. It's historic. For the first time since the Apollo era, humans are traveling back into lunar orbit. That's right, real astronauts going around the moon again. But here is the twist. They are not landing. This mission is a test. NASA wants to understand how humans handle deep space again, how systems perform near the moon, and what needs to improve before landing mission. Think of Artemis II as the first step in a long journey. Future missions like Artemis III will aim to land astronauts on the moon again, and this time stay longer. And eventually, the moon could become a stepping stone to Mars. China rapid rise in space, China moon mission. Now let's talk about the real reason things are heating up. China's space program. In just a few decades, China has gone from beginner to one of the top space powers in the world. Here is what makes the China moon mission so impressive. They landed a rover on the far side of the moon. They are planning missions to the lunar south pole, and they aim to send astronauts to the moon by 2030-32. That's incredibly fast progress. While the US has decades of experience, China has something different: speed, focus, and long-term planning. They learned from the past space programmers, especially Russia's, and then accelerated everything. Why the moon matters again? You might be thinking, here we have already been to the moon, so why go back? Great question. The answer is simple. The moon is no longer just a destination. It's a resource. Scientists have discovered something huge. There is water ice on the moon. That ice can be turned into oxygen and rocket fuel, which means future missions can refuel in space. That changes everything. Even more interesting, China is looking into something called helium-3, a rare material that could be used for future energy on Earth. So now the moon is a fuel station, a science lab, and possibly a launch pad to Mars. The race for a moon base, new space race. This is where the new space race gets serious. Both the US and China want the same thing: a permanent base on the moon, and they want it in the early 2030s. But building a moon base is not easy. Here is what they need: power system like solar plus nuclear, equipment manufacturing, resource extraction, human survival systems. And here is the challenge. The moon has 2 weeks of daylight and 2 weeks of darkness. During the night, temperatures drop to extreme levels. So scientists are now working on small nuclear reactors to keep things running. China is already ahead in some of this technology, and the US is now trying to catch up. US versus China, who has the advantage? So, who is winning? Right now the US still leads. Why? Because of companies like SpaceX, Blue Origin. These private companies move fast, test often, and innovate quickly. But the US has one big problem: politics. Decisions change with governments, timelines shift, funding gets delayed. China, on the other hand, has consistent long-term goals, moves quickly, but lacks full private sector freedom. So both sides have strengths and weaknesses. What about other countries? This is not just a two-player game. Other countries are also stepping in. For example, India has already landed on the moon and is working on human spaceflight. Japan and Europe are building advanced space tech. Even New Zealand is becoming a launch hub through private companies. So while the US and China lead, the global space race is getting crowded. Can the US and China work together? Now here is the big question. Could the US and China actually collaborate in space? It sounds unlikely, but it's not impossible. Even during political tensions, the US and Russia still work together on the International Space Station. And scientists, they don't care about politics. Discovery, innovation, and helping humanity. So in the future, we might see competition and collaboration at the same time. So in conclusion of new space race, so yes, this is a new space race, but it's very different from the past. This time, it's not just about reaching the moon first. It's about staying there, building there, and using space to shape the future of humanity. The US is pushing forward with Artemis. China is moving fast with its lunar ambitions. And the rest of the world is catching up. The real question is, who will control the future of the space? If you found this interesting, like the video, subscribe for more space stories, and comment below, do you think the US or China will build the first moon base?